Okay, this is in response to Dennis the Apprentice, or Trade Traction, or whatever he's going by now. I love it when people change their names. It's like, listen, I'm not Baker anymore. I'm a new dude. Anyway, all kidding aside, I like Dennis. I think Dennis is genuine. I think Dennis comes from a different point of view. I don't agree with everything Dennis says. And this isn't some people have asked me if some of my beefs are like staged or like WWE. They're not. If I have a beef with someone, it's legit. I ain't doing it for the clicks or likes or any of it. I'm doing it because that's how I feel. And I try to be as absolutely genuine as I can be on this thing. So that said, I like Dennis. And I understand where he's coming from when he just did his own little my thoughts, not yours car rant about advocating for the trades. And he comes at it from a place of as a businessman. And I'm going to say some things that are true, but Dennis is welcome to correct me. Dennis is not a tradesman. Dennis owned a business. Dennis bought into a business. I don't know all the nuts and bolts of it, but as far as our conversations have gone, and as far as I can surmise, he bought a business, turned it into something fantastic, and then sold it, and now is retired from that business and has decided to become an advocate for the trades because it's done very well for him, and I don't begrudge that on anybody. My point of view is I grew up in the trades. I went to school. I watched my father do everything that he just said. Work really hard. Evenings and weekends and Christmases and all that stuff. And I have nothing but admiration for that man who I call my father. And the sacrifices that he was willing to make for our family. And I recognize those sacrifices, and I'm grateful for those. And have tried to do the same thing for my own children. And both of my boys are now married and are expecting kids of their own, and will get to experience many of the same feelings and experiences that I did as a young father, trying to provide for their family. I think that when it gets muddled with business, it misconstrues things. I know he's not saying this, but there's way more to life than money. And the fact that I know and witnessed the sacrifices that my father made to run his small business, and I think I can say my children experienced the same thing. There's a respect there. There's an admiration there. And you don't have to run a multi-million-dollar business, even though I do, in order to be successful or to feel validated. Once you have your ticket, that's all you need. That is your ticket to freedom. That is your ticket to independence. That is your ticket to financial well-being. Doesn't mean that the trials and the trip is over. You're just starting. But it opens up a world of opportunities that you will have to struggle and fight in order to get what you want. And I think it's important that if you are going to advocate for the trades, then you are as transparent as possible and say, if you're going to run your business, it is going to be the hardest thing you have ever done. Ever. You're going to fight your competition. You're going to fight manufacturers. You're going to fight the government. You're going to fight. It is a straight up struggle. And I guess that's what I'm not advocating for it anymore. I'm warning people maybe that's how I should say it. I am a voice of warning. If you take this up, if you pick up that sword or that anvil or that pipe wrench, whatever you pick up, know that there is a weight that comes with that is inescapable. And if you think it's going to be easy or fun or, you know what I mean, rewarding all of the time, then quit now. Because those fun times and rewarding times are blips along your journey. And I love everything the trade has done for me, but I have worked and bled and sweated for every nickel that I've got. And it has taught me, I just wish, I talk a lot, as everybody knows. I wish I could portray the lessons that I've learned better. I was more eloquent or more succinct or more, I don't know what, so that they would sink deeper. But that's my wish. But what I have learned is that the only way to get those is to experience them. I've said to both of my boys, Pete's going to have a baby here in the next couple weeks. Isaiah's a couple months away. I said, once you have that baby, there's a part of your brain that you didn't even know existed that lights up and changes your life forever. And that's what these experiences of being robbed, of being cheated, of working in the cold and the wet and missing on a couple of those, you know, family activities because you're providing for your family, open up a different part of your brain that is almost indescribable to share with people. And you just have to say, you need to experience this. And I've said it at exhaustion, we learn by doing. Part of that learn by doing is making mistakes and doing things the hard way and then figuring out what an easier way to do it. And I've gone on for way too long. But I guess that's my message. It's a hard road. It's not easy. None of it is. And I don't... Dennis tends to look at the brighter side. Look how great this can be, and I am with you. It can be, and it is. My life is wonderful. But the battles it took to get my life to be wonderful are just as real and dark and difficult and demoralizing, all the D words. It's a dick move to move into the trades. Anyway, we'll talk more about this. Maybe I'll tag Dennis in this, and maybe we'll do a live about it. And like I say, I respect what he does. I respect what I'm saying, but as with everything, there's an altering opinion that's just as valid as the one he's providing. Anyway, that's it. Have a fabulous Saturday.